If you like to focus on the positive and steer away from the negative, you're in the right place. Welcome, all joy bunnies. This is the My Slice of Life podcast. Welcome to the My Slice of Life podcast. This is the last episode before Christmas, and I've got to admit I'm getting crazy excited. It's ridiculous. I know, I'm a grown woman, I'm nearly 50 and I'm more excited than the sun, but hey, that's the way it is. So this week I am cheating a little bit with the title, although this is season 3 and the theme for this season is putting the joy back into the everyday, and Christmas doesn't happen every day, although it should, maybe, but you should feel like that every day. So this week it's getting the house organised and cleaned for Christmas. Now you might be a bit like me, and if you are, God help you. We know we've got to clean, we know we have to get it organised, but we'd rather be wrapping presents or making mince pies or just going Christmas shopping, doing anything but the cleaning. I've got 160 bulbs I think I bought for the garden. I haven't put them in yet. I know, your to-do list gets a little longer and it is harder to fit everything in. So I thought this week we'll spend a little bit of time just taking a breather, taking a step back and realising, don't worry, it will all get done. So I wanted to bring a few tips that I think might help you and me get the house organised, get it cleaned, so by the time Christmas comes, all our jobs are done, the panic's gone, so we can sit back, relax, and just enjoy ourselves without worrying about things that we haven't got to. So the first thing I'm going to say is we just have to declutter a little. Or a lot, if you're like me. I know I keep saying I've got these piles of boxes and they're still there. And I have a lot of things that I've put up on for sale, like Gumtree and eBay. And I'm getting to the point now where I'm thinking, see if nobody buys this stuff. I'm just taking, we've got a place up the road where we can take it, and instead of it going to landfill, they'll sell it cheap to other people. And it's great. I get loads of stuff there. I get loads of books there, which is why I don't feel so bad about putting the books back, once we've read them. If we don't want them and nobody else that I know wants them, I can just put them back. It's almost like you've paid to borrow them, but you get 3 books for £1. It's nothing, So yeah, we need to declutter. And I was listening to somebody the other day talking about the decluttering, and she said, don't organise your clutter. Get it out. And that made sense, because I thought, that's what I've been doing. I've been organising my clutter into piles, and I don't know why. I don't know why I've been doing that. It's like I just want neat piles of clutter instead of dealing with the actual clutter. So that's what I'm going to work on this week especially. The other big thing that I've noticed this week is you really need to prioritise. Like, I have a kind of system in my head of what I do when, and this week it's all gone to hell. So by Thursday, the panic sets in, the house is a mess, I haven't done anything, that feeling where you just feel the stress because there's things to be done, you haven't done them, you're running out of time, your to-do list it's never ending. So that's where I got to this week. So I thought, right, I need to prioritise. And last night I was going to clean the kitchen. Can you see I failed at the first hurdle? I say I failed, I didn't actually fail, because instead of cleaning, I made pumpkin chutney. There's a whole big story to this, but the pumpkin is huge, and it was sitting in the hall, and we're basically tripping over the thing, and it meant I couldn't put the airer for the clothes in front of the heater where I would normally dry them, when you have to dry inside. So that I need to get rid of this bloomin' pumpkin. And he's enormous. We're talking £53 worth of pumpkin. So I thought I'll make a chutney, and that's what I did. And it was great. It took ages, but it was so worth it, because now I've cut into this thing. I call him the Beast, and I did a blog post about him that actually drops tomorrow. And I refer to him as Mr. Beast, and then I realised there's a guy on YouTube called Mr. Beast. I'm like, hey, not that one. You can hardly say I cut into Mr. Beast to make a chutney. Doesn't sound right. So I had to clarify that a wee bit. So I made my chutney, and today I've made pumpkin soup, and that's good, because that's a lot of the pumpkin dealt with. It means the space in the hall was cleared. I managed to clean all of that. I've got my washings, there on the dryer, so that's all back to normal, and that's good. And then I thought, right, I really need to prioritise what I do from here. For me, The living room is a big priority, and I actually haven't done it yet because it's going to need basically a day to itself. So I'm setting aside Saturday. By the time you listen to this, it'll be done. I'm actually recording this on Friday, so for me it'll be tomorrow. And that's going to be my big day to tackle it, because it is going to be a big job. And I have stuff to clear out, so I'm going to take it all out tomorrow. Well, I say all. It won't all be going, but I'm going to take one box. I'm aiming for one box of stuff to get out of this house tomorrow. There's things in the garden need to go as well, so I'm going to do that. Decluttering for me is a priority. I actually tried a method today, which I haven't really done before, and it worked. I got dearest son to help. We set the timer for 30 minutes, and I said, right, we're going to just clean like demons. We're going to nail it. We're going to go 30 minutes full out, clean, clean, clean. And do you know this? We got all the upstairs done. Not in the 30 minutes. We had to do it twice, but we took a break, came back and did it again. So that's the bedrooms got done, both of them. The bathrooms got done. Scooby's bed upstairs got done. So the landing was done, the stairs are done, and I actually got the hall downstairs mostly done. I mean, we've got loads done just by saying, we're going to go for it. Here's the timer. We've got to beat the timer. It was really, really good. So if you're somebody like me, I procrastinate. I procrastinate until I'm so stressed it has to be done, or I'm going to do something really drastic I don't want to do. I don't know what it is, but it's bad. I get to that stress state where I am a nightmare. I know I'm a nightmare. I become really aggravated, and if anybody asks me for anything, I'm like, can't you do it yourself? I'm busy. So I don't want that. So upstairs is dealt with. Stairs, half of downstairs is done. I've done a bit of tidying in the kitchen, so when I come to clean that, it's going to be easier. So prioritise what you need to do. And let's be honest, things are a little different when you have your Christmas decorations up. You can't always get to the bits like you used to. So I'm going to say, cut yourself a little slack here. If you've got your Christmas tree up, you're not going to be able to, say it's up in front of the book. Well, I was actually up in front of the bookcase by the window. I can't get to the bookcase. Now, I put my tree up last weekend, but I gave the bookcase a good clean, hoovered all around it, sorted it out before I put the tree up, because I know I'm not going to get to that for a while. And that's not a priority for me. I don't care if I don't get to that bit. But the main parts, the thoroughfare area, I'll get to them. I can reach them. I do them. That's my priority, is to be able to get to the main areas that we're going to use for the next few weeks until everything's put away again. So prioritise. What is the most important areas for you? Is there a room that you can think, I'll give it a quick flick, but it's not drastic. Bathroom, kitchen, for us, living room. That's our main areas. I always try and keep the hall clear, because obviously we go through there to reach everywhere else. Bedrooms are reasonable. I can live with that. That's fine. And I'm going to say, set yourself some time. Put some time aside. Almost like scheduling it in. I knew today, we still had some homeschool stuff to do, but I thought, right, after lunch, I'm going to set that timer for half an hour, and I'm going to see how much I can get done. So set yourself some time. Like, I've also set myself some time tonight to do some present wrapping. And I am somebody, I take ages over it. I really enjoy it. I have the radio on, playing the Christmas music. Sometimes there might be a little glass of wine involved. Not always, or it's God only knows what I'm wrapping. So put time aside so that you're not panicking, you're not rushing. Say, right, before lunch I'm going to get this done, then I'm going to have my lunch, and then I can have half an hour to deal with that. Almost like making a mental timetable so you're not going to panic. And the other thing I'm going to say is, have a method. Something I find really, really helps, and dearest son has got this, he's got this down. Rubbish. Get rid of all rubbish first. This is for every room, but in his room, this is what he does. You get rid of all your rubbish. Dishes, get them out. Get laundry out. Now, for son, it's then books, DVDs, and games, computer game things. Once he's done them, the place is looking tidy and it's easier to clean. So have a system for yourself. Get some kind of method that works for you. For me, I do think rubbish, dishes, laundry, and for us, books is a big thing. We have a lot of books and homeschool stuff. So once I get that tidied away, it's not that bad. But I I am one of those people that when I take something out, I'm not always the best at using it and then putting it away again. I've got this thing, it's almost like I need to see stuff around and then it annoys me. So I'm going to tackle it. Like I'm saying, tomorrow is my day, but I will do some of the tidying up tonight. I will get the rubbish out. I'm going to get all the homeschool stuff put away. All the laundry will be out of here. So that's my method. Get a method that works for you. You don't have to do what everybody else does. Whatever works for you. Now, it's okay saying all this. We're going to get it organised and we're going to get it cleaned. But do you ever think to yourself, why am I doing this? What's the point? It's just going to be messy tomorrow. Because I sometimes think that, you go round and like my bathroom is sparkling and I know I go in there this time tomorrow, some of that sparkle's lost its shine, if you know what I mean. But you thought I was going to say something else there, didn't you? But sometimes you do think, I'm going round in circles here, and for what? So I had a little look online just to see if there's any reason behind, apart from the fact that it looks nicer, is there any real reason behind doing all this cleaning and organising and decluttering? And it turns out there's loads of reasons for doing it. Good, solid reasons. And some of them apparently have even got science behind them. I'm not going to go that deep into it, but I was amazed at how much research has actually been done on this. One of the main things, I felt this myself, so this was kind of not a surprise to me. When you've got a clean and organised house, you're less stressed. Like I was saying earlier, when I know it's not been done, I feel my stress levels going up and I know I'm becoming a monster. Definitely, you're less stressed and you feel calmer. Have you ever, done your cleaning, you finish it, you go out the house, maybe you go shopping, or take a walk with the dog or whatever, but when you come in, you get that, this is nice to come into. And that's what we're wanting. So there is apparently evidence to show that we are less stressed, we are calmer when the place is clean and tidy. And what I didn't know, and I found this out recently, when it is like that and when it's in a pleasant place to be, it can actually improve your sleep. Apparently people in messy, uncleaned houses, I don't want to say unclean, but they don't sleep so well. And I'm wondering if that's ever had an effect on my sleep. I mean, I sleep pretty well anyway. I'm busy during the day. I've always been lucky. I can basically sleep on a pin. But have you ever noticed that if your bedroom's really untidy and you're needing to change the bed, has your sleep been affected? I'm not so sure I've noticed it, but apparently some people are affected by it. I'm more the stress angry. I'm a housework Hulk, that I become Hulk if the housework isn't done. So sleep doesn't affect me, but maybe it affects you. And one thing I have noticed, they do say you become less ill when it's clean. I think that makes a lot of sense if you haven't got the germs lying about, and that's fair enough. But as an asthmatic, if I keep on top of it, I notice my symptoms aren't half as bad. We have a dog. I'm allergic to the dog. I have to hoover the carpets. Yeah, I know they say to have a wooden floor. I don't have a wooden floor. We're carpets all through the house, so they need to be hoovered. So yeah, when you're cleaning, you're less likely to get ill. And this last one I'm going to leave you with, this blew my mind because I hadn't even thought of this one. The physical act of cleaning releases endorphins. Yeah, when they keep telling us exercising is good for you, you release endorphins, the happy hormone that makes you, feel good. Apparently, the physical act of cleaning does the same thing. I didn't know that. But it's making a lot of sense to me. When you finish cleaning, just imagine this. When you've actually finished organising and cleaning your house, you're doing that last push before Christmas, you're going to sleep so well that night. You're going to feel calm, relaxed, and happy. You'll have your happy hormones. It's just amazing. I did not realise all of that. And remember, and I think this is the most important takeaway out of this whole episode this week, Santa does not want to come into a dirty house. I did a little checklist actually on the blog for cleaning the kitchen. I didn't do one for the whole house. I'm aiming to get to that eventually. But I did do one for getting the kitchen clean, and I mean clean. I'm talking tops of cupboards, getting everything rearranged, putting it all back. Now, by the time you hear this episode, you've got a week. So if you go onto the blog, links are down below. It'll take you to a link for it. It's actually on the Buy Me a Coffee site in my little shop. It doesn't cost anything. You don't have to buy me a coffee, but it's there if you want it. It's just a little checklist that you can download, print off, or keep on your phone, whatever way you do it. I'm a paper person. I print out everything. But it's there. I needed one. I actually did it for myself, but I thought maybe somebody else would find this useful, because I like to have my cupboards clean top to bottom. It's just something I like to do. Maybe you're the same. So if you want, it's there for you. Having said that, don't forget there are other links below in the description. They'll take you to the blog. There's loads of things on the blog. I put up something Monday to Friday, everything from what I've been doing in the kitchen to poetry. Some of them are funny, don't worry, it's not doom and gloom stuff. But it's all there. Have a look at that. Check out the Buy Me a Coffee. There's a couple of downloads there now which are free. I'm not charging you for anything. Like I say, you don't actually have to buy me a coffee to get them. There's also links if you have been listening to podcasts for a while. You want to give it a go yourself. If you use that link, you will get your first month with Podbean for free. There's a couple of other links there too. So if you have a business and you want to do a podcast for your business, you can use my link and you'll also get a first month free for that. And if you want to advertise on Podbean, use my link and you will get $100 worth of free advertising. Can't go wrong at that, can you? So I hope that's been helpful this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for listening. If you've made it this far, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. If there's anybody you know that you think would enjoy this podcast, please feel free, pass the information on to them. Let's get more people listening. Let's create our own little family of joy bunnies. Yes, I have that phrase. I don't know where it came from. I'm sorry. It started and I can't get rid of it now. So we're going to be joy bunnies for Christmas. That's just what it is. I really hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you can get something from it and it's helpful. There is going to be an episode next week. Yes, it's Christmas, but I'm not taking a break. So I hope at some point you have time to come along and tune in for that one as well. But until next time, you take care of your wee self.